In this video we shall talk about such basic concepts as data and databases. First of all, we have to understand the difference between information and data. Information is not structured. Here we can see names, we can see phone numbers, we can see some other information, but this is not structured. So if, for example, we have to find out all phone numbers from here, we have to perform some difficult technical operations. But with data, everything is structured. We can see columns for pass number, for name, for department name, for phone number, and each line of this table represents one employee. So this is structured, while this is not. So here comes the definition of data. First of all, we have to understand that data is always formalized, in different manner, but always formalized. And even more, it allows different interpretation. Let's see it in more details. First of all, let's quickly talk once again about formalization. We can see some relational table about employees, and we see that each line of this table represents one employee. We can see pass number, employee name, department name, phone number, and so on. And let's explore this column in more details. How can we see it? How can we understand it? Of course, we know that this is an employee's badge number, pass number, but we can also see that this is a field with a unique value. This is a number, obviously. This is a natural primary key of a relationship. This may be a clustered index of a table, and so on, and so on, and so on. So all these are different interpretations of this column. Once we have a lot of data, we usually deal with database. So a database is a collection of data, organized according to some concepts, to some basic ideas, depending on the database type, on some scientific approaches, and so on. This is how a database schema may look like. This is just a simple database, so a simple schema created with such nice tool as Sparks Enterprise Architect. Very nice tool. Here we see a lot of tables. In each table we see columns. We see some properties of these columns like primary key, foreign key. We see data types. We see some characteristics of those data types. We see relationships. We see cardinality of these relationships. And a lot of other information may be placed on such schema. We already know that database is a collection of data, but we have to have some software to manage that collection of data. Such software is called Database Management System, or DBMS. It's a system based on some hardware, software, and this system allows us to perform a lot of actions with database structure, with data itself, perform some maintenance operations, and so on. There are hundreds of database management systems in the world, but the most common, the most widespread relational database management systems are MySQL, Microsoft SQL Server, Oracle Database, and PostgreSQL. As long as MySQL is the simplest one and one of the most widespread, all samples in our course, all SQL code in our course will be displayed using MySQL.